Do you see rule changes coming in the next season affecting the transfer portal? So my one thought about this is that they at least need to isolate this to a certain, just like NFL free agency,
I
isolate it to maybe 2 windows during the year and not just any day anybody can transfer or go into the transfer portal, I should say.
No, I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that you know, probably every head college football coach out there is talking to somebody about making changes because they don't like the way it is right now, obviously. So
Maybe
yeah,
maybe a window after the season. National championship game's
yeah,
over.
yeah. I
You've got 30 days.
I
And
think
then maybe after spring practice,
yeah,
when these guys can size up where they stand, 30 days again.
yeah. I mean, I obviously I think it should be shut off during the season. I think if you start the season at a school, you should probably remain there. And then, like you said, have a couple of windows like that in those kind of key spots. Um, yeah, I think that would be great. Now, can they agree on that? Who knows? And how long would that take to go into effect? But yeah, it's going to be a process. It's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out, obviously.
So, Greg, give us a feel for a lot of people that aren't familiar. And I can't say that I've gone out myself and covered these. I don't remember back in my days of, going to the games and being on the field for practice and all that business. That was a long time ago. For these junior days, one this past weekend and one coming up this weekend.
Well, those are internal events. Yeah, those are just basically the coaches and the player representatives, uh, grad assistants and stuff. They have everybody comes down to campus and they have lunch and whatever barbecues and kind of like seminars and all that stuff. So the media is not around at that. You're not allowed to. You can't talk to a recruit when they're on campus. That's an NCAA violation. So yeah, media is not allowed at that stuff. Now we can go to camps, but you can't be on the field. You have to follow all the rules of NCAA compliance, and the schools all have their compliance officers out there, and they make sure that the media is hands off. Yeah, so you can't have any contact with any of those kids when they're on campus. So, but yeah, I mean, it's like a big meet and greet, and they show you around, and schmooze you, and they'll have big video presentations up on the big screens in the stadium, and they'll put uniforms on all the kids and take their photos and do all their social media stuff with them, and yeah. So I mean, it's just a big kind of a hype train, and they'll crank up all the noise in the stadium and turn on all the lights, and like I said, wine and dine them, and let them get to know Lincoln a little bit, and see campus, and check out all the academics and everything. So it's a cool event for the kids, obviously. So yeah, but we have to wait, until they're done to get a hold of the kids and find out how it all went.
Folks, we appreciate you being here. And you can help us build the show organically by just going out there on social media, whether that's Facebook, Twitter, and who knows what other social media platforms are out there that I'm not aware of, and letting people know that we're here every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock Central Time, 6 Central every Tuesday night. We've done it for 53 weeks with Greg and myself talking Nebraska football. We would love to build the show and continue forward. So please bring some folks in here. let them know that we're talking Nebraska football every Tuesday at 6 Central.
I see Sam's comment there about Jaquez Yant. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised Moonbot hasn't said anything about the pictures of Mr. Yant, about the Yanty there working out. He does look like Derrick Henry. I mean, he is huge.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been tweeting that stuff out. So, yeah.
Greg, I'm going to throw 3 guys at you who are still on the board for 2022. And if you're not familiar with them, of course, we'll just let it go. But if you have any thoughts on these 3 that I see online as being guys that Nebraska might be interested in. So player number 1 would be Devin Smith. He's a linebacker out of Jacksonville, Florida. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, they've been recruiting him pretty heavily. I know there's several other suitors, but yeah, there's Nebraska's got a chance in there. We'll kind of see how things go throughout this last full week of recruiting, and obviously a possibility.
Now, here's a player that we've talked about in the past out of Louisiana, former LSU commit Trevante Citizen, the running back out of Lake Charles.
Pretty much no shot. Yeah,
okay.
That one not probably not going to happen. He didn't visit here, and now if he would have made his way to Lincoln, there'd be a different story there. But his relationship with Mickey Joseph at least kept Nebraska then in like his top 8 there. A school that he knew nothing about a couple of months ago. So props to Mickey Joseph for at least getting him to look at Nebraska.
Avery Powell's a cornerback out of New Jersey City, New Jersey.
Another kid that they do have a shot with. They've done pretty well in the state of New Jersey throughout almost any coaching staff, and that's always been a high area that they target. And we talked about the secondary room earlier, that they've already added a lot of firepower there. But Travis Fisher always likes when he likes a guy, he's a hard guy to say no to, and has a pretty good track record of coaching DBs.
Powell's 5'9", 170, not the biggest guy, but of course he'll fill out. And he's a top 20 rated player in the state of New Jersey.
I think he's a return guy too.
Okay. Also getting big looks from Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Penn State, and Wisconsin. So nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a numbers game right now. So obviously it's hard to say no to a guy that other teams are coveting, and we'll see how this works out here. If anything, maybe we'll see some fireworks come next week. You never know. You never know. And right now, Nebraska is going to keep taking guys, and you work the numbers out later. That's kind of the philosophy right now because of all this craziness that we've been talking about with the transfer portal. So as you're going into spring ball, you kind of want to be over that 85 scholarship limit right now. It'd kind of be a nice spot to be sitting about 3 or 4 over that number entering spring ball here.